Greetings, you all. Happy Monday. How are you all doing today? I am the Moon Mama, and we are in our Nodal Masterclass. Today is the day that the moon rules, and the moon is currently in Sagittarius. So, we are in eclipse season. The eclipse season we haven't actually had an eclipse yet, but the moon is currently square where we will have the eclipse in a week. So we are at the first quarter phase of the moon, which is an interesting tension where you can feel the burn of the old reality and the push towards the new reality. And so I'm not really sure how I really want to talk about this, but I'll just always say this. My intention is to give us information about how to use the energy. My intention is to help us, to support us in evolving in this very hectic, transformational time, and to do so with as much grace and ease as possible. And what that is going to require is for us to really come back to nature, to our natural ways of being. And in a world that's very externally focused, that can be a challenge in itself. But the world that we have been born into is going to begin to collapse really rapidly now. Like, we're seeing all of these things going on politically, and that is going to require us to remove our energy from the systems that are no longer in service to who we are here to be. So, as we move through this eclipse season, it means the direction of the energy is about to change the energy is going to really start shifting. And that's going to look like, because people don't understand what kind of reality we live in, they think it's separation. It'll look like they did this and they did that. And that is the experience of war, like being ignorant to how reality really works. And the thing that we get to rise in here is understanding that we are projecting a reality. So what's going to happen in the next several months is it's going to be a lot of shadow stuff, a lot of blame and shame and fear and terror is going to show up in the external world. And for those of us who have the capacity to witness it, just see it and call it God. Call it love, call it complete, because what you're doing is understanding that you have the power. This is about quantum physics. And quantum physics says that the observation of a thing makes a thing so. So if you can observe anything and call it God or love, you name it, use your power to make it what you actually want it to be. Only see the divine. Now, this is high magic, y'all. This is high alchemy. This is high work in a world that looks the way the one that we are in is currently looking. To be able to look at it and go, there too is God. There too is, because perception is the key here. So if you can perceive, if you have to understand that you are the power. You are the power. So if you say that is good, it must access the goodness within it, because everything has everything in it. We're just in the negative shadow aspect of things, and it's going to intensify. But within everything, within every apple is the seed that created the apple. And everything is created from God, you all. Everything, even if it looks like. So if you have the ability, the willingness, the strength, the energy, the courage to see God in everything, it must become God-like. It must. It must, because the person who can see it will compel it, will bring it forth, will activate it, will make it that. But it takes being delulu. It takes being playful. It takes lightening up. It takes understanding what this reality is. Am I making sense? So we're in eclipse season. And the reason I'm giving this level of direction is because the North Node is in Pisces, and Pisces is the imagination. And we're about to have an eclipse in Pisces, which is going to activate this sort of dream-like energy with Neptune now in Aries and Uranus in Gemini and Pluto in Aquarius. We have, the energy is different, y'all. It's changing. It's really changing. And so you get to be more creative. You get to be more, and the impulse would be to follow the illusion, to look at the world and see it as separate. But if you can look at the world and see it as divine, if you can know, oh, we're in the deepest transformation of creation right now, and it looks really fucked up, but this is great. This is exactly what we need. If you can do that, you are going to make a tremendous difference. You're going to create a new level of congruence from within you. And the way you can do this is if you really love yourself. If you love yourself and you know that you are also God itself, and you know that that means that you have the power to speak things into existence, to see things. If you know that, it will transform. And so no matter what you see, you stay committed to the fact that what you see is God. Oh, isn't that interesting? God is doing that. Look at what God is doing over there. What? I always say to God, I literally say this to God, what the fuck are you thinking? I be like, what the fuck are you thinking? And then, that'll be back to me. Well, that's why you're here, so you can give us some new ideas. And I'm like, okay, how about we make it this, or how about we make it that? But it's in play, and it's allowing me to take my energy off of things and not be caught up in all the fear, but it also is allowing me to understand the power of this reality and how it can be transformed by me speaking to it differently, by me understanding myself, by me recognizing that I am a part of the divine feminine. I create reality. I am the divine feminine. I am a part of the frequency that has birthed all of life. I carry a womb. Everything comes out of the womb, and I am a womb bearer. So that means that reality must follow my command, because I have a womb, and I am a womb bearer, and that makes me a creator in this universe. So because I know that, and I do the work to remind myself and live into that, and then I say, like they talk about Jesus, and they say that Jesus said, speak to the fig tree, and he made Jesus wasn't a womb carrier, but Jesus is really the story of like Shiva, who in the Indian tradition was this feminine man who had access to the masculine and the feminine within himself. And that is what what Jesus is really about. But the important thing is for us to understand that we, as the feminine, have the power to command the masculine, the external, because it came out of us. It comes out of you. Every human being on the planet comes from a woman. And if you take that back to the original, every person on the planet comes from a black woman. So if you are a black woman and a womb carrier, it is your business to understand the nature of the power that moves through you and to begin to utilize it in ways that honor who you are, that honor your birthright, that honor the system that you are born into. You are this for a reason. So, with this eclipse season in Virgo, this full moon is coming in Pisces. It's going to open up the spiritual realm, our subconscious. It's highly creative energy. It's also highly confusing energy. It's highly, right? So that's why it's important. You're going to have to set intentions. You're going to have to be clear about, like, study the birth process. Study what happens when a woman takes a sperm into her. Study how precise the creation process is. Study and understand so that you can begin to wield your power in ways that's really beneficial to who you are as a womb carrier. Because you're not just doing it for you, you're doing it on behalf of humanity. This is a greater thing that's happening. We're living from one age to the next. So it's a responsibility, okay? And we've been asleep behind the wheel. We've been idolizing everything else. We've been chasing the bag. No, I'm not saying anything's wrong with it. I'm just saying that it is a misdirected power to worship the external world. It doesn't make sense for the creator to worship its creations. I created that. That came from me. Oh, that came from from somebody who's a creator like me. You know what I mean? Like, I can create anything. Why do I need to worship the creations? I am the creator. Why would I worship the creations? I can create this and that and that and that and that, right? Like, if you understand how this reality works, you understand that you are the creator of it all. So, we are heading into eclipse season and we have to let go. And so there's going to be a lot of shadow work coming up. Lots of shadow. Face it. Love yourself. Face it. Love yourself. Accept yourself. Sit with it. If you have not purchased the Saturn retrograde workbook yet, go to my website and pick that up at healwithmoonmama.com so that you can do the work of your shadow and be in alignment with it. Also, the Virgo workbook, go pick it up. The workbooks are on my website, healwithmoonmama.com. But I have designed them to support us in navigating the astrological energy within us. Because what's going on out there is going on in here. And the only way to really shift the outside world is to shift from inside. There's no other way. There's no way to... All right, y'all. Peace and blessings. Have a really beautiful day. My phone kind of keeps going in and out, so I'm going to just go. And I'll see you guys again when we do. Bye-bye.